Now we'll look at how firms can make use of elasticity concepts in their decision making. And let's begin with looking at price elasticity of demand. Now, we will do this from a kind of an application point of view. So we will look at some scenarios and see how PED can apply towards helping firms make the decisions. So let's say we are looking at the boss of a coffee shop and the boss of a coffee shop wants to make more money from the sales of his coffee, which is currently selling at $1 per cup. Now, if he wants to increase his revenue, should he increase or decrease the price of the coffee? Now, what you have to really go and think about is that do you think coffee, this $1 cup of coffee, is a price elastic good or price inelastic good? And you should use determinants of PD to decide. Now, so if you ask me, I will probably use the concept or the determinant called proportion of income. So the price of a $1 coffee will be relatively low proportion of a person's income, right? So we will gather that would make the cup of coffee relatively demand price inelastic. Now, if demand is relatively price inelastic, then what should the boss of the coffee shop do? Now, if demand is price inelastic, then I'll recommend that the coffee shop boss should increase the price of the coffee, because when he increase the price of the coffee, there will be a less than proportionate fall in quantity demanded, which will lead to an increase in total revenue. So this is a good outcome for the boss of the coffee shop. So the coffee shop boss should increase the price. Let's look at our next example. I'm sure you've heard of Royal Caribbean Cruise. Now imagine that Royal Caribbean Cruises has employed you as the business consultant, and they're selling 4-night cruises from Singapore starting at $900 per person. So what do you think they should do? Same thing. What do you think that Royal Caribbean Cruises, the demand for such cruises is price elastic or price inelastic? Now the determinants I will use will be degree of necessity. No, I don't think cruises have a very high degree of necessity. So I think demand will be relatively price elastic, because individuals can always switch to buying other things, right? Or choose not to go on a holiday. And I can also use another determinant called availability and closeness of substitutes. Are there substitutes to Royal Caribbean Cruises? Well, surely there are other cruises available. And must you take a cruise when you want to go on a holiday? You don't have to, right? You can take a flight to somewhere else to go on a holiday. You can take the bus, you can take the train. Right, so there are many substitutes available, which makes demand very price elastic, because people can always switch to buying other goods. Now, in this case, so what should Royal Caribbean Cruises do? I'll say that Royal Caribbean Cruise should decrease the price, because why? If demand is price elastic, then a fall in price will lead to a more than proportionate increase in quantity demanded, which will lead to an increase in total revenue. Now, do you know why Royal Caribbean Cruises they're always holding road shows and providing discounts like off 50% off the second person, etc.? Now, this is because demand for Royal Caribbean Cruises would probably be price elastic in nature.